On July 8th, 2014, 42 drivers prepared to engage in a battle of the ages. From the Coliseum of Daytona to the battlegrounds of Arizona, these titans clashed in a test of man and machine. Risking life and limb in the quest for the ultimate goal, 16 drivers emerged through the flames as those who would be moving into the Snickers Cup Series chase for the championship. But this was not to be the final battle, as one by one, contender after contender would vanish from the championship picture. Now it's up to 4 drivers to fight for the greatest reward the NNSCRA has to offer. For the first time in NNSCRA history, a driver may take the championship for the second time in their career. One of these drivers is the defending champion, Jacob Lawlor. Looking for his second straight championship, Lawlor will be trying to channel the same mindset he had in last year's season finale.
I feel like we just have to go for it. I don't think I can sit back and wait around and win the championship that way. My strategy would be just to go for it and not sit back.
Another driver who has laid claim to the title Snickers Cup Series Champion is John Cittadino. Cittadino's championship, along with 6 wins, came in his rookie season of Season 5. This year, however, has been more about consistency than wins. So how will the owner-driver from Cittadino Ed Motorsports approach today's race?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a lot of pressure, especially since we're going to a super speedway. You can either get a lot of good gains or really get knocked back in the pack or get caught in the big one. So it's definitely pretty scary, but given that we really weren't in contention for a lot of this year and just going into this late season and getting into the chase on that win, I'll be happy with any finish we get.
Though a former Oreo Truck Series champion, this is the closest that Dillon Poteet has ever been to taking the ultimate prize. In a series that historically has been the most difficult for the 6-year veteran, and a chase that has made him have to come up clutch several times, can Poteet turn away the doubters today?
It's crazy to know that I'm actually in the running for the Snickers Cup Series Championship this season. I've never really been close before. It's kind of been a journey to get here, had my ups and downs, and been one of those better seasons for us. Twin X Racing really has been a big help, and we've just had some luck here at the end. But Armory is definitely going to be interesting. Just having to stay out of trouble and just be there at the end, racing against 3 other drivers, and a couple of them being former series champions here in Snickers Cup. It's going to be tough. Definitely will be. Just need to stay out of trouble. I've had my ups and downs in the finales, bound for a championship. Lost one, I've won one over in the truck series, but hoping today it happens like last season. Maybe I'll have another championship, this time in Snickers Cup Series. But like I said, just try to hang around, just don't get involved in a wreck, maybe hang in the back, or just stay up front, whichever works best. Depends on where I qualify, I guess.
In only his sophomore season in the Snickers Cup Series, owner-driver Levi McIntire looks to gain NNSCRA immortality. Though considered one of the underdogs, McIntire has proven himself championship material with 2 wins and having a dominating eliminator round in this season's chase. But can he formulate a plan to beat 3 former NNSCRA champions?
My strategy going into this race is to avoid the trouble, and at the very end, just come on out swinging.
Will the defending champion be able to rise to the top once again?
Winning the championship would mean the world to me, considering that it would be my second Snickers Cup Series championship.
Can the rookie sensation of domination be channeled once more 3 years later?
Well, I mean, if I was able to get my second Snickers Cup Series Championship, that would be pretty amazing. I don't think anyone's done that yet. At least no one notable. So, I'm pretty happy. I think we can do this. And if we don't, our team gave it the best effort, and we'll come back Season 9 and go for our second championship once more.
Can what has been a weary road of difficulty finally come to a victorious end?
Looking back now, if I could win this, that'd be 2 out of the 3, and I would just need a Mobile One Series Championship to do the trifecta. But it would mean a lot because Snickers really has meant a lot to me. It's been one of my favorite series I've ever been in R-wise. It'd be really cool to win in a Twin X Racing car, especially as well. It was really fun winning it last season in the Truck Series in 31 and getting Twin X a championship. It's always fun to see the team do good. Like I said, it'd be amazing. Probably it'll be up there, one of my favorite championships. Maybe my favorite one overall I've gotten. So, would love to get that.
Or can the underdog top the big guns, capturing Ford's first ever Snickers Cup Series Championship?
Winning this championship would mean a lot to me personally, because this is only my second season being in the Snickers Cup. I want to prove to people like Dillon, Poteet, Trent Dunham, Charles Jackson, and even Dylan Young and guys along those lines that I belong here. Because I want to show to the entire NNSCRA world I cannot be stopped. Once my momentum comes, nothing, unless a mistake happens, can ruin that momentum.
I'm your host, Seth Cole. Join me as we witness the Season 8 Snickers Cup Series Championship finale from Armory Digital Super Speedway. Who will be the Snickers Cup Series champion?
Once that checkered flag is waved at Armory Digital, I will become Snickers Cup Series champion.
I will be the Snickers Cup Series champion.
I will be the Snickers Cup Series champion.
I will be the Snickers Cup Series champion. Yeah.
For the final time this season, I say good evening everybody and welcome here to the season finale of the Season 8 Snickers Cup Series, capping off what has been an unbelievable championship race weekend here at Armory Digital Super Speedway. We've crowned a Last of Us Late Series champion in Ty Dent, an Oreo Truck Series champion in Eric and Rage, and a Mobile One Cup Series champion in James McLeod. But here tonight, 4 drivers come in with one goal: finish ahead of the other competitors and take the Season 8 Snickers Cup Series Championship. Those 4 drivers being 2 former Snickers Cup Series champs, John Cittadino, the champion from Season 5, and the defending champion from Season 7, Jacob Lawlor, former Oreo Truck Series champion Dillon Poteet, and sophomore driver Levi McIntire. Those 4 are in the hunt for tonight's championship, and as you see in your starting grid, all 4 of them are starting this evening's race in the top 12. Poteet starting on the outside of the front row alongside of pole sitter Trent Dunham, who's looking for his 4th win of the season. You got Jacob Lawlor, the defending champion, lining up in 6th. Levi McIntire will roll off from 11th, and John Cittadino will start from the 12th position. So, the question of is track position key in this race? We may have gotten our answer with the way that the 4 championship competitors qualified in tonight's race. But we are getting ready for an unbelievable race here tonight. We had a great race in Mobile One Cup Series, expecting nothing less in tonight's event. One thing we got to keep in mind, I got to let you guys know real quick, is that in this series and in any of my other series, I do not count laps led. So if you're like, well, I led a couple of laps, I should get points. You don't get points for laps led. It's just going to come down to who finishes ahead of whom, and the highest finish of those 4 competitors is going to win the championship here tonight. You got to wonder what kind of wheeling and dealing went on pit road in the garage area during the course of this weekend between those 4 competitors and the other drivers in this field. A kind of, hey, I'll push you to the win if you draft with me during this portion of the race.
Drivers, start your engines!
As I just got completely interrupted by the Grand Marshal, thank you very much. But you gotta wonder what strategy these drivers are gonna be coming into tonight's race with. Another battle we're gonna have on track as well is our Rookie of the Year battle. Now, we really didn't concentrate on that much in Oreo or Mobile because it was basically a runaway in both of those, but we are going to concentrate on it here tonight because it is rather close. Kyotech Racing's rookie driver Tanner Sullivan comes in with a 14-point advantage over Heavy Metal Motorsports rookie Nathan Hudson. Those two going to be battling it out amongst themselves for Rookie of the Year honors here tonight. A couple of other storylines as far as manufacturer-wise. We have yet to have Audi go to victory lane this season, and they have for the past 2 seasons gone to victory lane at least once. Noah Hart went to victory lane once back in Season 6, and Anthony McCurry and Noah Hart both went to victory lane in Season 7. They have not been to victory lane yet this season. Could Kyotech get Audi their first win of the season in the last race of the season? Also, as far as manufacturers for the championship, in all 7 seasons, the championship has been won by either a Chevrolet or a Toyota. 2 Toyota championships and 5 Chevrolet championships. Now, we have 3 Chevrolets out of the 4 championship competitors in this field. 2 SS's in Cittadino and Poteet, and 1 Camaro in Jacob Lawlor. Now we also, I actually messed up too. There are actually 3 Toyota championships. I forgot Lawlor drove a championship last year. But Ford has never won a Snickers Cup Series Championship. So Levi McIntire is the lone guy tonight to try and snap the streak of Chevy and Toyota championships here in the Snickers Cup Series. Will it happen tonight? I don't know. What can we expect for tonight's race? I don't know that either, but I can't wait to find out. Hope you guys are ready too. We're ready to go green flag racing. Poteet, Cittadino, Lawlor, and McIntire. Those 4 are going to battle for the championship. Everybody else going to be battling for finishing out Season 8 with a victory and a trip to Victory Lane. Here we go, getting ready for 29 laps of racing. No pit stops tonight. It's all going to happen on track. Trent Dunham leads us down. The season finale at Armory for Season 8 is green. Trent Dunham going to get the quick jump there on the inside line. He'll move to the point. William Duncan, Cody Lamas working together there as Sanford makes a 3-wide move up the middle between Hendrick Daly teammates. Ashley LaPlante and Cole Daly. John Cittadino I saw actually just jump way up to the high side there in order to kind of drop back a little bit. And William Duncan looks for the lead underneath of Trent Dunham. Jacob Lawler's caught in the high side there. I'm looking for McIntire. There he is on the inside line. So all 4 of our championship competitors are right around each other there. You can see them with the yellow banners and yellow splitters. They're all up right now inside the top 15 as William Duncan looks to lead them down here to the first green flag lap, and he will be the one to lead it. Now this is a battle on track, but it's also a battle for the championship between Levi McIntire and John Cittadino as they battle for second. Lawlor now makes his presence felt in this as Poteet's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, stuck in the middle of a 4-wide situation there with Makoto Iguchi and company. Almost got turned by the 9 off of that corner. And they're 5 wide up here. Jake Rogers, Jacob Lawlor and company, they've all got to settle that out quickly. Washer is squeezing Sanford up there on the high side. Look at Levi McIntire rim riding up there, almost into the wall. Cole Daly right there with him too. Oh, McIntire wisely moves out of all of that as now Cittadino's looking for the lead. The last time Cittadino... Oh, no trouble! LaPlante's into the wall, and did our competitors get through? Cittadino got through. Poteet, Lawlor, where's McIntire? Uh-oh, I think he may have been in it. Where is he? Where's the 60? I can't find him. There he is. He was involved. Levi McIntire was collected. Front, left, and rear damage on the Ford of Levi McIntire as he was involved in this one. And the first caution of the evening comes out at Armory, and it involves one of our championship competitors. Levi McIntire, the underdog, coming into all of this. Looked like he was trying to get to the high side to fall back a bit, and apparently being on that high side may have caused him to be boxed in when that wreck took place. As he's on the apron, James Qualls as well. Looked like Henley might have been in it, Makoto Iguchi in it. Trying to see who else was involved as far as any other damaged machines. We'll definitely know by drivers indicating they're coming to pit road probably. There's Silver Fox. He got a little bit of rear end damage in his car. There's LaPlante, the first car I saw get out of line. James McLeod is also coming to pit road. And we're going to watch very carefully. Nathan Hudson, Cole Daly, they're coming to pit road too. We're going to go back and look at the 60 of Levi McIntire, who is making his way to the pit lane to see if he's going to be able to continue. Because remember what happened in the Mobile Cup Series race here last night. Dillon, Poteet, James McLeod, they were all involved in wrecks, but they kept going. And it was McLeod who was able to survive with a damaged car to be able to win the championship. So will McIntyre's team be able to get him back out, or will we be saying an early farewell to Levi McIntyre's championship hopes? Pulls into his stall, and he is out. So Levi McIntire will not be getting Ford their first championship as he is involved in the first caution of the evening. What a tough break there, an early night for the driver out of Heavy Metal Motorsports. As William Duncan is the leader under caution. Cittadino right now the highest running of the championship competitors in second. Poteet is in 7th, and Lawlor is in 9th. So that's where those three will restart when we come back from this replay of our first caution of the evening at Armory. Just a lot of hard racing and not a lot of room to be able to race. As you're going to see, I believe it's going to be Ashley LaPlante and Makoto Iguchi are going to be the two that are going to get together here. Makoto turns Ashley up the racetrack, and there you see Levi McIntire. Absolutely nowhere for him to go, completely boxed in there. Cole Daly comes down into James Silverfox, who gets into McLeod. There was another driver back there that was caught up behind all of that too. Let's actually jump back to the 9. We may be able to actually see others involved. There you see McLeod getting up into Ashley LaPlante again. Okay, the other car I saw was Henley. Corbett does a nice job getting through that. Danny Wells is going to get a piece of it in the 4 as he runs into the back of Makoto. And there's more smoke up ahead here. I don't know who that's from. Look at Zach Buchanan. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's how Hudson got involved. Buchanan, I mean, good lord. Caution to the wind for the 42. Watch this. There's the wreck up ahead. Watch it, his speed differential to everybody else. Full speed ahead, right through here, and it almost worked. He splits the gap right between Michaels and Bob Jones, and then he rams right into the back of Nathan Hudson. His car then going to go up the track and into his BMW teammate, Joshua Michaels, and then Buchanan going to slap the wall as well with the right side of his target BMW M3. I believe everybody up ahead of there was okay. There's Henley. Alright, let's see how Henley was in it. I think he ran into the back maybe of Makoto, or did he get into Daly? Cars come down in front. Charles Jackson in the 54 was involved as well, and it was actually Charles that Henley ran into the back of. Both those drivers, former Snickers Cup Series champions, getting involved here. Corbett does a nice job getting through. James Qualls got a piece of it as he made contact with Levi McIntire. And you saw McLeod and Silverfox both also spin down to the inside of the track. So a number of drivers collected in this one, and most notably championship competitor Levi McIntire out of the race early on in tonight's event at Armory. So, as we get ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 7 of 29, we can say now, and then there were 3, as Levi McIntire has made an early exit from tonight's race and from the championship battle here at Armory. He joins a number of, oh actually no, he only joins one other driver behind the wall. I'm actually quite surprised because there were a lot of drivers with a lot of damaged cars, and he and Ashley LaPlante are actually the only 2 out of the race, but tough break for Levi McIntire. Came in with such high hopes and is going to finish out the season with a 42nd place finish. The other competitors running up inside the top 10s. We'll give you a top 10 rundown. William Duncan, still looking for his first win of the season. He's the leader. Championship competitor John Cittadino is in 2nd. 3rd is Chris Washer. 4th, Jake Rogers. Sanford's in 5th. 6th, Brandon Gonzalez. 7th is another championship competitor in Dillon Poteet. 8th, Joshua Collard. The final championship competitor now on track, Jacob Lawlor, is in 9th, and Dylan Young completes the top 10. I don't know if you noticed it, but when I went through that running order, all 3 of the Mitsubishi Lancers are actually up here. Collard, the only Mitsubishi Lancer to win the season, won at Stunt Road. Sanford hasn't been to victory lane since Daytona, the season opening Daytona 500 of season 7, and Brandon Gonzalez hasn't been to victory lane since season 4. So an opportunity here tonight for maybe one of the Mitsubishi Lancers to end up picking up their 2nd win of the season here in their debut season. Also a couple of drivers that are making their final Snickers Cup Series starts. Jake Rogers right now in the 4th position, and Ralph Mason is still in this field somewhere as well. Both of them trying to make their final races memorable ones here in Snickers Cup. As the green flag is back out, 3 competitors left to battle for the championship. Right now, if the race were to end, Cittadino would be the Snickers Cup Series champion for the 2nd time in his career. But this race is a long ways from over. Be interesting to see how anxious these drivers are to get racy again too, because it was pretty hectic there in the first few laps. Right now, Cittadino seems pretty content to ride behind William Duncan, but not for long. Here he comes, looking to the inside of the Ratchet & Clank Ford. Charles Sanford leading a brigade of Mitsubishi Lancers, as well as chaser Dillon Poteet. Lawlor lost a little bit of ground there, now falls behind Dillon Young. And now he's got Michael Norman coming up the inside line there too. Quite a few former chasers from this season up here at the front. There's Collard, we saw Norman and Dillon Young. Norman and Dillon Young eliminated from the championship hunt last week at Dega. And Cittadino's going to lose the lead, and he may lose more. He's going to lose the points lead as Dillon Poteet goes to the inside, and he'll move into second. So now Poteet is in the spot that would take the championship, but here comes Lawlor up the inside line. A lot of Fords up here at the front. The 2, the 12, the 19. As Joshua Collard continues to lead. Ooh, William Duncan, man, wanted to make it 4 wide, but Norman was there. He still did it anyway. As we're looking at second place, Dillon Poteet, but he better look in his rearview mirror because the 5 of Lawlor has found the inside line, and he's trying to work his way up here. Poteet trying to block 4 lanes of traffic, blocking Duncan, Rogers, and a hard-charging Michael Norman, as all 3 of our competitors still in this race are up here inside of the top 10. And now William Duncan looking for second place underneath of Dillon Poteet. Duncan's been leading most of this race before he lost it to Joshua Collard. Now he wants to get back to the point. As now Jake Rogers, well, he was getting help from Chris Washer, not for long. Now they're going to split Dillon Poteet to the high side, 3 wide. Oh, and Lawlor moves Michael Norman into the middle, 4 wide, further back there with Cittadino. And now Poteet's about to fall into the clutches of Cittadino, who's going to try and get a run on the high side there. Can he get alongside? Not yet. And now Lawlor's been caught in a bit of a precarious position. Now he's caught 4 wide with Shelton, Lamas, and Gonzalez. And right now is Dillon Poteet, who has the championship at this particular moment in time, but there's more. Almost 20 laps to go still. Right now, a battle may be shaping up for the lead. William Duncan trying to run down Joshua Collard. Right now, it is all Dillon Poteet for the championship at the current moment. Now, Cittadino's starting to fall back a little bit. Lawlor has already fallen back there. He's actually fallen back with a teammate in Kyle Matthews and another teammate in Cody Lamas. So we're going to start to see teammates come into play in this thing. As Poteet's in a hornet's nest here. He's got Zachary Fitzwater charging up the inside line with Kyle Matthews. Ooh, wow, slides right up in front of Charles Sanford. And Sanford, I don't think, liked that. Now he's going to try and go underneath the Poteet 4 wide. Look at Trent Dunham coming up the inside line there with Kyle Matthews. And here comes Lawlor right behind Trent. Oh, Poteet caught up on the high side there. Remember what happened to McIntire when he was caught up way up high? And looky here, we may have 4 wide between our 3 championship competitors in a moment here. Cittadino's now gotten to the inside of Dillon Poteet. Lawlor was about to be able to make it 4 wide, but then he got shuffled back by Dougie Shears, and now it's Cittadino who's just ahead. So Cittadino now moves into the championship slot. He's currently scored in the 6th position. Let's see if anything's shaping up front. Nope, still Collard, then Duncan, then Fitzwater and Washer battling for 3rd place. And then Norman in the 5th position. Cittadino side by side with Kyle Matthews, as he has about 3 spots ahead of Dillon Poteet, who now has gotten back to the inside line, now going underneath his buddy Dillon Young. One guy who really has not been able to get up here and mix it up with these guys is Jacob Lawlor. Every time it looks like he's mounting a charge, it's like his momentum gets killed or something. And Cittadino now going to work to the inside of Michael Norman. That's for the 4th position. And I was going to say before that wreck took place, Cittadino, the championship he won the season finale that same season. What if he could repeat history 3 years later? Trying to get underneath of Zachary Fitzwater right now for the 3rd position. Washer right behind him. Poteet's right there within striking distance too. And there's a lot of drivers up here that have got to win this season. Would love to be able to get a second one. Norman, Dillon Young, Kyle Matthews, Chris Washer. And we got a slower car up here that they're going to encounter. That's James Qualls. Oh, and he held up Collard. And it's going to be Duncan getting by. Oh, and Poteet's going to get held up here, I think. Wait a minute, Poteet trying to go around way up high. I think he's going to get it. Where's Lawlor? Lawlor's caught in the middle. Look out. Oh, Lawlor's going to lose spots. Lawlor's going to lose spots unless he can get up there to the high side. And I think he's going to be able to. Oh, boy, look out. He's holding up Chris Washer as James Qualls. Washer losing a lot of positions. Shelton did as well. But all three of the championship competitors got through there without incident. And Cittadino continues to hold the spot. Collard lost the lead because of James Qualls. Now Duncan goes to the point, but for how long? Here comes Cittadino looking for the lead. Charles Sanford right behind him. There's Poteet working underneath of Dillon Young right behind his buddy Trent Dunham. That's for the 6th position, I believe. And Cittadino is leading this race. Now, like I said before at the top of the program, you don't get points for laps led, so that lap led by John Cittadino does not give him a bonus point. It all comes down to who finishes the best. Here comes Poteet. It's on for the championship. He's coming to the inside line, drafting help from Kyle Matthews, but Matthews going to split it 3 wide. And Cittadino got a lot of help there on the high side there from Sanford and Trent Dunham. I think he's going to hang on to the lead coming down the back stretch here, and he does. Trying to look in the rear of this pack, see if Lawlor's been able to catch back up. I don't see him. It'd be a shame if Lawlor's out of the hunt just because of a lap machine. No, he's actually at the tail end of this pack. So he's still in the hunt. Don't count out that 5 yet. As I was trying to remember who the leader is, it's Cittadino, of course. Poteet moves into 2nd. He's got Collard helping him there on the outside line. Matthews trying to get an inside line going, but I don't think he's going to get much help down there. Now he's going to get some help in the form of Charles Sanford. Let's see if Poteet can get the run down the back straightaway here to be able to get up to John Cittadino. Another slower car up ahead, that one being the 4 of Danny Wells. That's Dillon Poteet's teammate. So will Danny Wells try and block the 72? They're coming up on him quick. We're going to watch this here. Can Cittadino get by as Poteet's right on his back bumper? Here we go. Make a move, guys. Look out. Cittadino jumps high. Poteet jumps low. Cittadino got the better of the exchange. And Lawlor is coming up the inside line here, too. He's going to be able to make some moves. Whoa, Sanford. Nice save by the 03, as still drivers are getting held up by the slower machine of Danny Wells. Ooh, teammates almost turned each other there. Cody Lamas into Kyle Matthews. Oh, man. This is getting extremely racy back here, but it looks like they're all going to get through. Dougie Shears now getting held up by Danny Wells. As back up at the front, Cittadino still leading. Oh, no, he's not leading. Collard got around him. So Collard back to the lead, Cittadino back to 2nd, and right behind him is Dillon Poteet. Heading the stripe, lap 18 on the board. Collard looking for his 2nd win of the season. Collard almost had 2 wins last season. He almost picked up a 2nd win in Season 7 at Champs-Élysées, but was denied by his teammate Harrison Langford. Collard trying to have a multiple win season here in Season 8. And here's Poteet right on the back bumper of John Cittadino. No drafting partner right now, but he's going to try and make it work anyway. Here he comes to the inside. He may try and catch the slipstream off the back of the 34. Will the 34 move down so Poteet can do that? Here comes Zachary Fitzwater up here. Now he's in the mix, and it looks like he's going to go low with Poteet. Now switches gears, goes high with John Cittadino. Here comes Dillon Young now up here into the mix. Where's he going to go? Will he go low? Yes, he will. Now he'll go down with Poteet. So Fitzwater helping Cittadino, Young helping Poteet, and now Poteet going to get stuck in the middle as Dillon Young is going to make it 3 wide. Looking for Lawlor. There he is back there, somewhere around the 10th position right now, I would wager. And Cittadino going to move down, block any advance Dillon Poteet can get down the back straightaway. It'll be 10 laps to go when we hit the stripe. We have had only 1 caution flag here this evening, and it took out competitor Levi McIntire. The other 3 are still running, and up in this lead pack. Cittadino is scored in 2nd, Poteet is in 4th, and Lawlor last time by, where did they score him? They scored him in 11th. As right now, Dillon Poteet not having much luck with friends out here right now. He's caught in the middle 3 wide with Rogers and Fitzwater. As Cittadino now begins to close in on Joshua Collard. Another slow car up ahead. This time going to be Sean Henley. Now that's another teammate of Dillon Poteet's. Poteet had his teammate Danny Wells just a moment ago hold up some drivers for him. Now teammate Sean Henley is just ahead. So kind of a ace in the hole for Poteet, if you will. Certainly not good for his teammates, but the fact that Poteet's battling for a championship, it could help him out. As now the top 3 are single file, they're going to try and work their way around Henley. Collard slows up, Cittadino slows up, Fitzwater slows up. Here comes Poteet, full speed ahead. And Cittadino's going to lose spots as a result, and Poteet's gotten by him now for position. And Lawlor's caught on the high side again. Oh man, there's a whole wad of cars up ahead here too. Holy cow. Lawler's still held up. He's going to try and get around the high side. We've got to jump back up here to the front because they're catching that other pack really quickly. I think Charles Jackson was in that pack. Nope. Makoto Iguchi, Buchanan, McLeod, another teammate to Poteet, and Silver Fox. Now is when it's going to get really interesting. Here we go. Can Collard cut and slice and dice his way through these 4? Fitzwater in 2nd, and they're going to catch him. They're going to catch him quickly here. Oh, man. Cittadino right now is in the spot for the championship. Poteet right behind him, though, with Trent Dunham. Here we go. Collard going to try and make his way through this mess. Doing a pretty good job of it right now. Look at Poteet trying to move down there, block Duncan. Cittadino now caught on the high side. And Collard's going to get away from this pretty well. Oh, man, look at back here. Poteet, Cittadino, side by side as they try and work around the slower machine of Makoto Iguchi. And now Lawlor's back up here in the mix now as he's gotten into the inside. Now going to try and work underneath Makoto Iguchi. So these 3 are all right around each other now with almost 6 laps to go. Poteet underneath of Cittadino. Now he moves into the championship slot. Look at Lawlor. He's now working with Balkowitz. He's only 2 spots behind these 2 guys. And now Poteet going to work underneath of his teammate James McLeod. Wait, did I just hear squealing? Is the caution out? Nope, we're still green. Cittadino's been boxed in now. He's been boxed in. Now he's trying to get around the high side here of McLeod, Buchanan, Silver Fox. Jacob Lawlor helping him, and Poteet's gotten away scot-free for the moment. This is not good for Cittadino or Lawlor, who are still caught up on that high side. Now behind Silver Fox. Now they're going to make the move on him. So right now it is all Dillon Poteet at the moment out in front. But this thing isn't over yet. As Collard, who's done a great job slicing and dicing his way through this traffic, he leads. 2nd Duncan, Matthews 3rd, and Norman 4th. Are there any other drivers they're going to encounter? There's Ralph Mason in the turn 3 area. I don't know if they're going to catch those guys or not. There's Poteet, he's in 5th. Cittadino is in 9th, and Lawlor is in 10th. They got to catch up quickly here to Dillon Poteet. And they're going to start getting racy up here ahead of Poteet. That's going to be good news for the 31. Norman going underneath Kyle Matthews for the 3rd position. Man, Cittadino and Lawlor need a miracle right now to be able to catch back up. Cittadino working with Dylan Young. Lawlor battling right now with Fitzwater, as they try and close up the gap between themselves and Dillon Poteet. But all that lap traffic, that slower lap traffic, has really split the field up. It's like a grenade has gone off, and now the field's in fragments. Looks like Cittadino may be closing the gap, though. He may be closing in. He and Lawlor trying to do that, as they've got only a little less than 4 more laps to do it. Actually, no, it's a little less than 5 laps left. There'll be 4 when they hit the stripe. As we're going to look and see up ahead here, Danny Wells again. Maybe a driver they could encounter. Trying to find out where he's at. I think he is just now hitting the back straightaway. Fields in turn 1. There's Poteet in the 5th position. Cittadino is closing in on Cody Lamas for 6th. Lawlor trying to work his way up here too. They're not too far back. There's still time. Not much, but still a little bit of time here. As Poteet, and oh boy, looky, John Cittadino coming into the view. Lawlor, or make that Lamas has caught back up here. Cittadino's caught back up. Fitzwater has, and now Dillon Young trying to help Jacob Lawlor catch back up here. Cittadino jumping up high. Will anybody go up there with him? He's the last car in that pack, though, so it's not really going to help him. He's not going to be able to find a drafting partner yet. Oh, Matthews moved up. As now Norman goes underneath him for 3rd, and Poteet's got a rear decklet full of Lamas, and right behind him is Cittadino. Lawlor trying to catch back up. They still have a shot, but time's running out. 2 to go at the stripe. Poteet just got to bide his time. Oh, no. Oh, no, they are going to catch Danny Wells. They are going to catch that 4. This could be the big moment that's going to decide this championship on how well these 3 get around the 4 of Danny Wells. They are going to catch the Mountain Dew Code Red Chevrolet. As now Poteet jumps up high. Cittadino looking to go low on Matthews. Oh man, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. Here they come. Catching up to the 4. Poteet gets held up in the middle line. Here comes Cittadino low with Lamas. Lamas almost blocked Cittadino. Here they are side by side. Cittadino and Dillon Poteet. Cody Lamas in the middle. Jacob Lawlor got held up again. He got held up again by Danny Wells. That may have just taken him out of the picture. Here's Cittadino down to the inside of Poteet. He's got drafting help in Sanford and Jessica Shelton. Poteet caught the high line down. No help. Cittadino clears Poteet. Coming to the white flag one more time. Poteet could get some friends lined up here and maybe make a charge. Can he do it with one more lap to go? Cittadino right now in the catbird seat. Now Sanford moves him to the high line. Here comes Shelton. Here comes Dunham. Can Poteet find a way down low? I'm not seeing Lawlor. He may be out of the hunt. It looks like it's going to come down between John Cittadino and Dillon Poteet as Collard continues to lead the way. He's definitely en route to his 2nd win of the season and 2nd win for Mitsubishi, but we're watching this battle potentially for the championship. Cittadino now gets moved to the middle groove. Poteet trying to work his way up the middle as well behind Shelton. Cittadino now working underneath of William Duncan as Trent Dunham will stick him in the middle 3 wide. Joshua Collard, 2 car lengths in hand, is going to win the season finale. Cittadino in the middle. Nobody there to challenge him as he'll move to the low line. And Cittadino, for the 2nd time in his Snickers Cup Series career, is the Season 8 Snickers Cup Series Champion. And it did come down to Danny Wells, how well they got around him. And Cittadino was the one of the 3 to do it the best. And Cittadino finishes out the evening in 3rd, and he is the champion for the 2nd time in his career. Wow. For a moment there, I thought Cittadino was done, but he was able to draft back up to the tail end of the lead pack. Poteet almost was able to hang on, but not quite, as Cittadino was able to clear Poteet, hold on to the spot, and pick up the championship here tonight. What a night for Mitsubishi as well. Joshua Collard just ahead there, picking up his 2nd win of the season with that new team of Gonzalez Motorsports, and Lancer going to victory lane for the 2nd time this season since their debut. And what about the points battle for the rookies, too? What about that? Where'd Tanner Sullivan finish out this evening's race? He finished in 26th. In order for Hudson to take the points lead away, he would have had to have finished 14 spots ahead, but he didn't even beat Sullivan on track. He finished 29th, and so the Kyotech Audi driver of Tanner Sullivan will be the Season 8 Rookie of the Year in the Snickers Cup. Man, what a race. Unbelievable. Cittadino officially finished in 3rd, Poteet finished in 8th, and Lawlor finished in 14th. McIntire out of the race, finished in dead last, And that's where the 4 drivers who came into this race in the hunt for the championship finished out this season. For the first time in history, we have a 2-time champion in Snickers Cup. The odds were in favor of it when the early exit of Levi McIntire came about. Poteet almost denied it, but Cittadino, who's going to be expanding his team next season to 4 cars, he's going to be coming into Season 9 as a 2-time Snickers Cup Series champion. Certainly a far cry from his rookie season when he won the championship. 6 wins then, won the season finale, and completely dominated the Snickers Cup. This season, much more quiet, much more consistent, had a win at Rockingham that got him into the chase. He was good in the final few races of the Eliminator Series, and finishes a solid 3rd here tonight to take the championship 3 years later. What an unbelievable season. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Unbelievable finish and an unbelievable season nonetheless. Wow. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in Season 9. Hope you guys can't wait either. I'm Seth Cole. You've been watching production of the SRA Offline Racing at its best. Here comes your official results, points, and everything else from the end of Season 8. We'll see you guys next year for Season 9 of Trucks Under the Under the commentary of Anthony McCrory, Mobile 1 under the commentary of Levi McIntire, and Snickers Cup under the commentary of yours truly. We will see you guys next season. Congratulations to our champions this year, Ty Dent, James McLeod, Eric and Rage, and John Cittadino. We'll see you guys next season in Season 9 of the NNSCRA. Turned by the lap machine of Charles Sanford, but now he's got left side damage. But he still opens up his distance. He still keeps a distance between himself and second place McCurry. But all that ground he gained, he just lost right there. But what a save!